AMC Entertainment advances while the market declines, and GameStop Corp remains steady Monday, still outperforming the market as well. We are here. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to touch on AMC's chart, then GameStop's chart, then some data, some numbers, what's happening with AMC fundamental wise, and then we are going to move into the elephant of the room, Bitcoin, which is going to actually affect AMC. You may not think so, but we're going to talk about it. And then finally, to close out the video, touching on the SPY and some additional stuff happening with banks, all correlating over to the meme stocks, of course, and how they are going to trade. All I ask you guys to do in return is please hit the like button. Since I research, edit, upload, record, not in that order for you guys, it's free. It's one click of a button. Engage the video. Let's get into it. So AMC is trading at $9.63, up 5.13% on the day, and we are now trading above this trend line that we have been watching for AMC. We got these hammer candles, we got the decline in volume, but now with this breakout up 5%, I need to see more volume pickup for this to actually be a legitimate breakout. This is where we are tracking right now for AMC. Kind of fought this trend line for an entire day back here before the January run up before getting that breakout, so I'm not surprised if AMC is going to fight this slow with lower volume, at least for today, maybe tomorrow, before getting that next pop, that next rip. Overall, now that we are above that trend line, I am just watching for $11.70 on AMC, and then about $13.25. We are finally entering this point of interest. This is day one of the point of interest that we had drawn out, and of course, even on day one, we are getting the breakout over the trend line. Lottery Stocks, what do you think is happening with GameStop? It's rallying up and you are in puts. I do still hold my long shares. Don't think I'm a bear on GameStop at all. I'm just hedging to make a little bit of money to add more shares. It's up 3.94%, trading at $13.97. And this is the same exact thing that happened with AMC, right? This is halfway done with the sell-off. I said GameStop is going to get the same sell-off as AMC, come down to potentially that $3.75 level, which would bring it down 86% from the relative peak, that top wick that we talked about. If you keep up with the channel, you know what I'm talking about. It is basically right here. This is where GameStop is. It's lagging behind. I think it's getting this temporary pop before selling off even further, and I added more puts to it. It's as simple as that. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. It's definitely risky. Just be very, very careful trading this, but the volume is still decreasing on this pop. I'm not really worried about it. I think GameStop is coming down even further, and it will get rejected here. Now, AMC, a lot of shares available to borrow, 5.2 million. However, we are winning on the options chain, 20,000 calls compared to 5,000 puts expiring in the money, and then you have 70,000 calls expiring out of the money as well. So the more we scale up, the more that gamma ramp is going to build, and depending on if retail decides to exercise those contracts and get those shares, we could see a gamma squeeze over the next couple of weeks. They are loading short exempts on AMC, so either at the end of October when we get the first half of October, or in November when we get the first half of October FTD data, those are either going to be extremely high, or we are going to see major pops and price action late November, which does line up with the point of interest. GameStop, 1.7 million shares available to borrow, losing on the options chain, 2,000 calls compared to 3,000 puts. The gamma ramp is still heading towards the downside. Overall, just be careful trading this if you are betting calls on GameStop. Now, not one platform understands what the actual institutional ownership is of AMC, which is ironic, right? Like, retail hasn't been saying that this thing is sold over and over. Fidelity, Yahoo Finance, MarketWatch, they all have a different report for the institutional ownership for AMC. They all had a different report for the price. They all had a different report for the market cap, for the shares outstanding, etc., etc. Nobody knows because it's sold time and time again, and it's probably the most manipulated stock in the market. Now, side note, a fundamental good thing for AMC. AMC Theaters distribution is now ranked number 49 on the all-time list, which is not bad for one film and 2 weekends of work, so shout out to Taylor Swift. And Adam Aaron put out a tweet. It's such a privilege to report that Taylor Swift The Eras Tour won the weekend again, the first ever movie distributed by AMC. It had the biggest box office gross last weekend and this weekend. Grossed $179 million so far. All the credit goes to the extraordinary Taylor Swift. So not one weekend doing solid, but another weekend doing solid. grossing about $180 million so far. When is this going to die down? Who knows? But even if it does, we have more people trying to work with AMC. Dane Cook, I've decided to keep everyone looped in real time since this weekend, the global AMC Theater supporters helped Adam Aaron and myself link up via X. I sent the email after a weekend of touring and I'm waiting for a reply. This is potentially a massive moment for stand-up as well as for AMC. This is absolutely awesome. We talked about it in yesterday's video, but Dane Cook put out this new tweet. So shout out to him. Shout out to AMC theaters, fundamental wise doing solid. Hopefully we will get that squeeze that we are all waiting for very soon. Now Bitcoin, the elephant in the room, this thing is getting massive rallies. We made several Bitcoin videos over the past few months talking about the halving coming up. Bitcoin is bullish. I've been adding to Bitcoin slightly, right, with extra money that I do have. And Bitcoin's rally was so unexpected that crypto.com can't even keep up with the demand. This is sad. The rally just started and they can't keep up with the demand. This really goes to show you how strong everything is. It's not. Bitcoin rallied all the way up to 35,000 and then got rejected, trading at 33,600 right now as we speak. Broke well above this trend line, and we talked about this time and time again. We said it's finishing the September-October cycle. What happened after that? Major rips. What happened after that? Major rips, major rally. We are entering another bull cycle right now as we speak for Bitcoin. Don't miss it. If you guys are in Bitcoin, let me know in the comments down below. And if you're not, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. And honestly, I still think it's always a good time to buy Bitcoin. Plus, not to mention, there's so much pent-up demand for Bitcoin, $200 trillion of institutional assets that can't touch it until an ETF is approved. Top 4 global consulting giant Ernst & Young. It's coming. The Bitcoin wave. So not only are we getting this little rally, but there is still a large amount of demand waiting for these ETFs to be approved. And once they are approved, we may see Bitcoin rally to above 40, 50K. Finally, it is not just Bitcoin. Some are getting a sympathy pop, or this is an algorithmic controlled market, which we know that is the case. But for the crypto market, is it? You guys let me know in the comments down below. Dogecoin up, Ethereum Classic up, Shiba Inu up. But what's good about this is even when Ethereum Classic is up, AMC follows Ethereum Classic. And not to mention, shorts were just liquidated in their Bitcoin positions last night as we talk, which means they are having trouble in other spots and other areas as well. I think the S&P 500 is going to rally. AMC is going to get a nasty rip, and it all starts with crypto. Now, before we get into the SPY and some additional stuff, if you guys want up to 16 free stocks, each valued up to $2 grand per stock. Some of you guys used my link and signed up, but you didn't deposit. Make sure to even put $1 into your account so that it recognizes that you made a deposit. Moomoo keeps your money insured so you don't have to worry. Gives you free level 2 order book data that you have to pay for on platforms like Webull, and access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and a customizable earnings calendar. So that link is in the top of the description and pinned in the top of comments, as well as the Discord link. $1.99. Get in the Discord now before the price goes up. We have options trading alerts in there. We talk stocks. You can come talk with me. You can request videos. I'm in there on the daily. Overall, the best vibes, the best people in there. Whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, hop in the Discord. Join the general stock chat. Let's talk stocks together. Multiple US states file lawsuits against Meta platforms and Instagram for impact on youth mental health. And JP Morgan Chase now faces a lawsuit for closing accounts. Plus, BlackRock has said tectonic shifts are underway in US financial markets that will result in private credit funds financing more businesses while some banks struggle to compete. And to close out the video before we touch on the SPY, fake news. I posted an article yesterday that the US Navy was being attacked on my YouTube, and I followed that up about 10 minutes later, taking it down. There was a lot of sources on Twitter that I have seen that are known to be reliable sources. The one I posted, not necessarily, I just took it from him because I saw more people tweeting about it, more reliable sources tweeting about it. In fact, it came out to be false news, fake news. There was something similar happening, but this originated from Iranian propaganda sources, and I just want to let you guys know, sorry for posting that. I removed it a little bit later. Now, touching on the SPY, trading at 422.80, up 0.56% on the day. Finished the September-October cycle, sold lower, got a little bit of a pop. Now, take a look at this, because everything we've called out has been playing out to a T, to a dime bag, right? Came back down, tested relative lows. Now, it got this pop. Expect a retest where it just ended, okay? Expect a retest on the SPY. So a very, very fast sell-off, a short-term sell-off. The same thing happened here. Came back down, pop, got a retest on this level once again. And I could go back even further. It happens every single cycle. So what I'm saying to you guys right now is my prediction on the S&P 500. It's going to come back down and test 420 before entering into that bull cycle. You may see a temporary scare with Bitcoin, or you may not, but I think it's going to happen with the SPY. I think it's going to come back down probably tomorrow, hash down and touch 420. And then following that, we enter that bull cycle. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Make sure to have post notifications on, like the video on your way out, join the Discord, deposit in Moomoo. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.